with our mighty team. Heroes we become.
Tabletop role-playing game crowdfunding news for the week. Good morning, my nerds. It's your boy, the OG GM, coming to you live at 8 o'clock in the morning on this foggy third day of October 2024. How y'all doing in the spooky season? That's my spooky Wolfman Jack voice for anybody out there who remembers Wolfman Jack. And it's time to take a look at all the crowdfunding projects that are coming to an end this week, but you still have a chance to support them. And as always, anything that I think is cool, I'll post a link to, and anything that I think is a waste of your time, I'll be pretty judgmental of, but make up your own mind. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean you won't like it. So, yeah. Okay, we've got a Weird West game coming to us from Rune Foundry. This is called Wild Imaginary West. I mean, yeah, sure. Straight to the point. Don't beat around the books with weird names that reference famous Old West movies like A Fistful of Goblins. Just it's a wild imaginary West roleplay game. The core rule book is $99 plus shipping and handling. Gets you the PDF print row plus the box set of the miniatures and the bullet dice. The bullet dice. Remember the trouble I got into when I talked about the bullet dice? Boy, did I piss off a bunch of people who were guns. Oh, that wouldn't work. Guys. So this is a Mecha Wild West world of cowboys, giant robots, and hunting monsters. Giant robots? I guess giant robots could be Wild West. Weird West? I don't know. It's Weird West. I love Weird West, but it is $99, and you could just pay $5 for my Weird West role-playing game, A Fistful of Goblins. Links down below. I'm just saying. Speaking of Halloween, which we weren't, but we will, from Dark Dice, we have Natural Horrors for 5th edition from Dark Dice Adventures, Fool and Scholar Productions, and Nord Games. So this is a combination of 3 different companies, all pouring their heart, soul, and nightmares into a monster manual sort of thing. 270 pages of adventures, fiends, magic items, all from between 2014 and 2024 versions of D&D. So you're sort of a roundabout way saying you believe they are separate editions. World building options to make 5e a little bit more terrifying with Halloween around the corner. Be a good time to pick up a little horror love. But OGGM, I thought the whole point of 5e, 6e wasn't supposed to be scary anymore. We were trying to get rid of all the whole horror, spooky, uncomfortable aspects of 6th edition. Well, apparently Dark Dice went, nope, let's bring it back. I mean, with work, 6e could be scary, I suppose, but I think if you wanted to play spooky, it'd be easier just to find a different system than try and force square peg round hole 5e, 6e to be spooky. So at the end of the day, this is just more monsters. Good luck, guys. From Mythmere? I want to say Mythmere, Mythmere Games. We've got the Tomb of World Building. Somebody said this was a cool thing. Jeff Game Block said, I believe, was this cool thing. He's backing it. $99 gets you the PDF and print version of both books. It's from Matt Finch. We've got the Tomb of World Buildings, which details how to create a fantasy world, including maps, nations, wilderness, history, and more. And the second is the Nomicon, Nomicon, which is all about naming people, places, and things using random charts. So an entire book of random charts of how to do names, and then a world building. So I guess if you're one of the luck people who weren't able to pick up, Stars Without Number or Worlds Without Number or any of the other really good world building books that have come out over the past 50 years, here's one to try. I love random tables. I don't know if you really need a random table for naming places when you have access to the single largest ability to look names up right in front of you. But okay, I don't know. If you are unable to find a copy of Worlds Without Number, sure, get World Building from Matt Finch. If you are able to get a copy of Worlds Without Number, get Worlds Without Number. Ooh, Maximum may have Dungeons. Issue 12 comes up with Pirates of the Serpent's Den, written by Mark Toromino. This is from Dark Wizards Game. It is Pirate's Den, Black Lotus, Lost City, and Hidden Shrine. These are all a bunch of 5th edition type adventures or D20 old school type adventures, all written in the style of the classic old school modules with the whole. There's a name for this. This template. I think everybody and their dog has tried to copy this template. I tried to copy it, but it didn't work. But I think there is a way to get this template and then fill it in, and it just homages back to those classic old 1st edition, 2nd edition modules. I don't know the name of this template. I'm sure somebody else there does. This has a very specific name, but I don't know what it is. So it's 5e/D20. We've got Pirates of the Serpent's Den for levels 4 through 8. We've got Temple of the Black Lotus for levels 5 to 8. We've got Forgotten City of the Spider Goddess for levels 4 to 8, and Hidden Shrine of the Warlord Chief for levels 1 to 3. These are all classic old school adventures written for both 5e and OSRIC/D20/old school/ just classic fun fantasy. $85 gets you 1, 2, 3, at least 4 adventures. And Hidden Shrine of the Warlord Chiefs is a lot easier to say than Hidden Shrine of Takamachin, and I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. So sure, this sounds like it's worth my time. Again, if anybody knows the name of this template, please let me know. Zombie Road RPG, just in time. Showing a unique, gory, fast-paced tabletop role-playing game where you play yourselves in the zombie apocalypse. Would you survive a zombie apocalypse, and for how long? I think I'd do okay. I don't know how long I'd do. Knowing me, I'd die by some stupid accident and not by zombie. Like I'd fall down a cliff or something while I was running for the zombies. I'd be so cocky. I'd be like, haha, zombie stairs. And then the floor would collapse underneath me. Yeah, I don't think I'd die from zombies. I think I'd die from either humans with guns or just mishap. I think I'd do okay against the zombies. What do you think? Do you think you'd do okay against the zombies? Anyways, this is from Dragon Mount Prince. It's $55, well, 55 pounds. 50 gets you the PDF and the print version of the book where you play zombie apocalypse, but you're playing yourself. Can you be yourself? How do you stat out yourself? That's always been a question too in games where you play yourself. Could you really be honest with yourself and go, yeah, I know I imagine I have an 18 strength, but let's face it, I've got a 9. I mean, I could stat myself out. I'm honest enough with myself to look in the mirror and go, yeah, maybe my intelligence is above 10 and maybe my constitution is above 10, but that's about it. So yeah, $55 for another zombie game. And then we have something called Side Quests from Icarus Games for D20. 40 pounds, PDF and print version. Claims they don't use AI. It's a 148-page book of locations, monsters, player options, NPCs, factions, and more stuff about world building. Another world building book. But this one is 40 as opposed to the other one. So again, if you can't get a copy of Kevin Crawford's Worlds Without Number, here's another one, For Morkborg from Weird Alchemy Games, we have Alchemist Annex. Remember, it's Merkborg, not Morkborg. Mirkborg. This is $30. It's a third-party Mirkborg sourcebook of monsters, catastrophe, powers, rules, just more stuff. As 80-page zine for Mirkborg. Yeah, am I saying it right? It's Mirkborg. Like mirror, like almost like meow, but it's meow. Like the K should be, from what I understand, a lot less emphasis on the K than normally if you're an English speaker who learned English in the United States, our Ks are very hard, right? But this is apparently a soft K, so it's almost like a C, Mirkborg, I think. And wow, it looks like we end where we start. Is this the last one? No, it's not. But it's pretty weird that we've got like another steampunk Weird West game. This one's called Gaslight Victorian Fantasy Revised and Expanded for 5e from Battlefield Press. Gaslight Victorian Fantasy. It's steampunk. Just call it steampunk. It's $20 for the PDF of the book. It is a Gaslight Victorian Savage World / 5e steampunk role-playing game for $20. From EM Publishing, we have Split the Horde, a competitive card game for 2 to 5 players. This is from our boys at EM Publishing. Thank you, EM Publishing, for always providing these links. This is $15, PDF and print version of the book. I would hope I would get a print version since it's a game. This is a card game, but it's from us, so we want you to point it out. You guys can put card games on the Kickstarter thing and not feel guilty about it. It's a dungeon crawling card game for 2 to 5 players. Sure, for $15. Probably fun. I don't know. This is one again where there's, we have board game, card game, role playing, and then we have that weird world in the middle where it's not quite a board card game and it's not quite a role playing game. It's just sort of in the middle, like Hero Quest or Talisman, which is a little bit more closer to board game, but just like, you have a character and that character is going on adventures and that character accumulates experience and stuff, and you could technically play that character again through the game if you didn't die. So that feels like a role-playing game, but it comes in a board game box and it has a definitive beginning, middle, and end and time frame, this one being about 20 minutes. So yeah, so this is a weird nebulous world. I'm not quite role-playing, not quite board gaming, probably needs a name of its own. I'm sure somebody's come up with it. I don't know. And that's it for today. Maybe. Nah. Kind of just because you get to play yourself, and that's always sort of goofy. This one, yeah, I think if you had the money, if that was something that was interested in you, definitely this one. If you can't get a copy of Kevin Crawford's World Without Numbers, pick up Mythomir's Games Tomb of World Building. It comes highly recommended to me. No. And if you're going to buy a Wild West, Weird West role-playing game, buy mine, Fistful of Goblins. Link down below. That's it for this week's Kickstarters. If any of those sound like something you want to pick up, just use the links down below and get it and support a small company and help, maybe the next genre-shattering role-playing game. We don't know. We don't know what's going to be next, Who's going to be the next DC-20? Who's going to be the next Shadow Dark? Don't know. There's no way of knowing. If something out there tilts your fancy, as they say, get it. And if nothing out there looks like something you want to pick up, buy my merch instead, because I'm a shameless shill.
News from the table in the rolling waves, dice in our hand, we're the dungeon's brave. Adventures tonight with our mighty team, heroes we've become, living out the dream. Roll the dice, feel the thrill, monsters we will overthrow, questing with friends in the RPG show.